Hello students, welcome to e-learning session of plant structure and functions. Today we learn structure of leaf. When you are asked to color the plant, the whole parts of the plant, what color you will give to the leaf? Yes students, we will give green color to the leaf. Why? Because the leaves are green in color. Why plants produce leaves? Because leaves are green in color due to chlorophyll, and this, with the help of chlorophyll, plants synthesize their food. This process is called as photosynthesis. Okay students, and again one function of the leaf is that on the lower part of the leaves are having minute pores called as stomata. Through the stomata, exchange of gases takes place. Here, when the plants perform photosynthesis, they gives out oxygen, and during night time plants gives out carbon dioxide. Plants also gives out water vapor to the surrounding. Understood students? So these are the functions of the leaves, and that's why leaves are very important. Now this is a leaf. It is a green color part, and we will understand the total structure of the leaf. Okay, they are green in color. Okay students, now we will understand structure of the leaf with this video.
Students, this is a hibiscus leaf. With the help of hibiscus leaf, we will understand the structure of leaf. Now, see this is a petiole of a leaf. Now it is attached to the stem, the nodal part of the stem. So this part is called as leaf base. At leaf base, we see this small leaflet-like structure. They are called as stipule. See, here also we can see stipule. Now this petiole, it connects the lamina, that is flat and broad portion of the leaf. This portion is called as leaf blade or lamina. And this is a margin of a leaf. We can see clearly the margin. This is a margin of a leaf, or the edge of the leaf is called as leaf margin. And this is a tip of the leaf. The tip of the leaf is called as apex. Where is apex? This is a apex. Where is margin? Leaf margin. This is a leaf margin. And what portion it is? It is a lamina. The flat, broad portion of the leaf is called as lamina. Petiole, what is the function of petiole? It attaches the leaf to the nodes of the stem. Okay, students? Students, this is a hibiscus leaf.
Now see student, this is a leafage. Now on the basis of leafage, leaves are of four types. Now see, the leaf margin, when it is continuous, that type of leaf is called as entire leaf. We can see here the leaf margin is continuous. It is uncut. So as it is continuous, it is called as entire leaf.
This is a leaf edge. It is a thorn like. So such edge is called as dentate. So this leaf margin is dentate because we can see the cut portion, thorn like portion at the margin. So this margin is called as dentate margin. This is a leaf edge. It is
See the dentate leaf. Now lobed leaf or lobed leaves. A leaf with deeply indented margins is called as lobed leaf. Indented means having zigzag. See, deep indented. So such here lamina is not continuous. It does not show spiny projections. It instead it shows zigzag. So deeply indented margins. Such leaves are called as lobed leaves. Okay, students, understood? Understood, students? Any doubt about here? Now, on the basis when the lamina is undivided and when we see the single leaf, it means that is called as simple leaves. See here. Here lamina is continuous, means the broad portion is uncut. Hence such leaf is called as simple leaf. Understood? And such leaves on the plants, that plant is called as plant with simple leaves. But here this is a curry leaves. We see it is a simple, but what happened here, lamina is cut into or divided into small parts. These small parts are called as leaflets. Hence such leaf is called as compound leaf. Understood? This total, these small leaflets, we can see the small leaflets, but actually it is a single leaf because see these small leaflets are attached to the midrib. Understood? So when lamina is cut into small leaflets, such leaf is called as compound leaf. Understood? When lamina is uncut, that leaf is called as simple leaf, and when lamina is cut and small leaflets are formed, then that leaf is called as. Students, on the basis of arrangement of the leaves on the nodes of the stem, leaves are of different types. When a single leaf is attached to the nodes, we see only single leaf on the node. Such type of arrangement on the stem is called as alternate arrangement of the leaves. And such arrangement is called as phyllotaxy. Okay, so on the basis of the arrangement attachment of the leaf to the nodes, we can see different phyllotaxy. But till now you just learn the different types of leaves on the basis of the leaves attached to the nodes. When two leaves are seen on the nodes which are in opposite directions, okay, such arrangement is called as opposite arrangement, while the two leaves at nodal portion and they show different arrangement, okay, at successive nodes. In one node they show northeast, okay, in second one they show southeast. So such arrangement is called as decussate arrangement. We see such arrangement in zinnia, while more than two leaves are attached to the stem, such arrangement is called as whorled arrangement. Understood? Okay, students. So as a result, we can see different types of arrangement of the leaves on the stem. Here we will see alternate type of, what is meant by alternate type of arrangement.
See student, this is a hibiscus branch on which we see only single leaf at nodal part, means at the nodes. Okay, these leaves are arranged, only single leaf is attached to the stem. So and one at one, means only one to attached to the nodes. Such arrangement is called as alternate phyllotaxy. Okay, when the leaf, only single leaf is attached to the stem, to the nodes of the stem, that is called as alternate phyllotaxy. See student, this is a hibiscus branch on which we see only single leaf.
See now, alternate. Now this is a hibiscus which shows alternate type of arrangement. This second one is opposite. We can see the opposite phyllotaxy, then decussate here with example, and last one world. Here we can see adenium. For opposite phyllotaxy we see first one alternate, example is hibiscus, then opposite example is jasmine, then decussate example is zinnia. Here we see different plant, and last one world. Now example is adenium. Okay students. Now venation. Here we see the leaf, the lower part of the leaf with networks. The middle portion with single, that line, broad line, is called as midrib. And see total branchings, that network of veins. So this network, when we see the network of the veins, that type of venation is called as reticulate venation. And when the veins are parallel to each other with midrib, such venation is called as parallel venation. We see parallel venation in maize leaf, jawar leaf, while reticulate venation we see leaf. Here you will see clearly. See, this is a reticulate venation in people leaf. I think you did activity in 6th standard. Okay, to see the reticulate venation and see midrib, and from the midrib we see parallel veins. So first one is that example of people leaf is reticulate venation, and example of banyan leaf is parallel